Hi babies. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever really put this out there, but I have this major obsession with Jennifer Lopez. I mean, how can you not, right? She's like incredible. So I've been also getting a lot of requests because it turns out a lot of you guys are obsessed with Jennifer Lopez too. I don't even understand it. So I'm going to do a tutorial today, and it's from her video with Pitbull that I'm obsessed with. It. I'm sure you've seen it. It's this picture right here. It's where she has this awesome yellow lip. Of course, she has the quintessential J.Lo glow. The shape of her eyes is enhanced with fluttery lashes. It's actually, aside from the yellow lip, it's a very typical J.Lo look. So I'll show you guys how to achieve the glow, how to get those fluttery lashes, and then we're just going to have some fun with the lip color. And we're doing it on our gorgeous Lupa again, so stay tuned. You can cheat a dewy glow by your skin prep. So I'm going to start with Argan Oil. This is Josie Marin Argan Oil. I know you guys have heard a lot about like Argan Oil, Moroccan oil, just oil. Basically, if you are a super oily gal, you might not want to do this, but it's just a nice, you know, base. It's just going to start the hydration early, a little bit of extra sheen, just all over the face. I'm going to be using Cle De Peau Concealer on her in Ochre. She's pretty tan. This is like the third shade that they make. I'm going to start with her eyes. Kind of, you know, get rid of discoloration like we always do, even them out, nothing crazy. So for this look, I'm going to use some MAC pigments, some shimmery pigments. I've got a few of them, and I have one makeup for everyone. So I'm going to play with MAC pigment in Naked, MAC pigment in Tan. This is MAC GoldMode, and this is Makeup Forever. I don't know that they have names, but it's like the bronzy brown shimmery powder. The look is kind of like a light to dark, all very gold and dewy. So I'm going to start with the Naked, which is kind of a flesh tone that has like a little bit of a sheen to it, just to sort of brighten her inner corners and lid. And I always take a blending brush and just sort of smooth out any edges. Not that, you know, a light color creates much of an edge, but. Then I'm going to go for the Gold Mode, which is pretty much a true gold. Take that on the sort of outer edge. You see we're already started getting a lot of shimmer on the eye. It's a very beachy, bronzy look. Obviously, I mean, they shot this on a beach, so it was all about sort of the reflection of the sun. Next, I'm going to take the MAC pigment in Tan, which is more like a deeper, it's not exactly a bronze, it's kind of like a really deep rose gold, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it a bronze. I'm going to start popping that in the crease. I don't usually do shimmer in the crease because shimmer sort of reflects light and you kind of want your crease to recede, but this look is very, you know, dewy and bronzy and beachy and everything's shimmery, so it's beautiful for this sort of look. Next, I'm going to go into the Makeup Forever, which is just the darker shimmery brown. Just take like a little bit of it. The crease is not overly defined in this look, so I'm really just going to sweep a tiny bit in just for definition, not really for anything dark. You see how we just lay just a little bit down, just to kind of highlight the crease a little bit more. The eyebrow highlight, I guess because the lid and the crease are super shimmery, the eyebrow highlight is pretty matte on this. I'm just going to kind of go back in with the concealer just to sort of define it again. No shadow at all, really just blending. It's going to blend right out into her face. I'm going to use a Nars pencil. You guys have seen me use these before, larger than life. I usually use the black one, but this is actually like a sort of bronzy shade. And the color is Via Appia. So this is like a bronze, basically. You guys know these are like the twist up pencils. They're long wearing. She doesn't really have like a highly defined line in this look, but she does have kind of this sort of bronzy base to the lash. So I'm going to have her close. And it's not like a precise sort of cat eye, it's just sort of a deposit of the color there. So I'm just going to sort of rough draw it in just to sort of pick up the darkness, but not create like a harsh line. This is like why J.Lo is my makeup idol. You guys have heard me say a million times that I hate harsh lines. There is very rarely a harsh line to be found anywhere in Jennifer Lopez's face. And that is what I love. Everything is just soft and diffused out, which is gorgeous. So J.Lo's always pretty much across the board got a fluttery lash. I happen to know that she uses mink lashes, but for those less fabulous, you can get wispy lashes for like $2. Mink lashes are like $75 a pair because they're like real mink fur. It's crazy. Anyway, wispies is what you want to go for. Anytime, pretty much across the board that you're creating a J.Lo look, but especially this look, she always goes for wispies, and you can see that they're kind of fluttery, they kind of scraggle, and they almost tangle. That's her look. It's like quintessential J.Lo. So we put the fluttery lashes on, and I'm gonna go back in with our Cle De Peau Concealer. J.Lo's always been all about, like I said, no lines on the face, but there's actually a lot of very clever contour happening in her face. Big secrets to J.Lo Glow is mixing Illuminator in. So I'm going to mix Illuminator in with the foundation. I'm going to use a few. The first one I'm going to use is this CK1 Illuminator. I have a couple shades, 200 warm, 300 I think hot, 300 hot. Maybe 300 hot for her because she's so tan. I'm going to mix this into her foundation, just literally half and half directly into it. And we're going to just start to have her skin reflect amazing. I'm also going to mix it with CK1 foundation. With her tan, I'm going to use the Honey shade, which is 600. So I literally mix the illuminator right into the foundation. You're going to see it is like a bit dark on her face, but it's going to match her body. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it's actually already very reflective just because there's so much illuminator. It's really like a 50-50 mix of illuminator and foundation. We're laying it down pretty thin, you know. Whenever you're doing sort of a reflective look, you really don't need to do this sort of cakey coverage. You want it to look almost translucent, like your skin just is lit from within and glowing. So I'm definitely all about using the Beauty Blender for this, tapping it in, not wiping it, just letting it press in and letting it reflect off her face. And you don't lose a lot of the illumination when you do that too. I'm going to sort of run it, now that I'm not taking any more product, but just whatever's left, kind of run that up over into the highlight a little bit to blend and give her that bronzy J.Lo all over glow. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight and contour. And what we don't usually do is add illuminator right into it, but I'm going to add it right into it. I'm going to take a foundation that's a bit darker than what she has on, and I'm going to mix that with the CK Illuminator as well to create a shimmery contour color. So I'm going to use a Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation in Warm Almond, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of illuminator. I literally took some of the foundation on my brush and some illuminator here. I'm just going to, you know, pre-mix it, and you see it's just darker than her skin tone, but we're contouring with shimmer so that we don't lose any of the glow. Everything's going to reflect on this look. Some people look better with golden colors on their skin. Some people look better with like orangey bronze on their skin. Some people look better with pinker tones. So it's just all about finding like the illuminator that works for you. Just a little bit of light nose contour. It's not super defined in this J.Lo picture, so we're not going to go crazy with it. It's all just about like tricks of the light when you do contour. So just creating the illusion of a little bit of shadow. I'm going to also take a little bit of the Nars CopaCabana. It's a really shimmery highlight just for her cheekbones, just to really bring out the top of them. It's all about layering really when you're doing this sort of look, because you want to place the right shimmer in the right places. So you saw we went all over golden shimmer, darker bronzier shimmer. This is going to be like a lighter frostier shimmer, because you just want the light to catch the same way. It's the same concept as doing a typical contour, a matte contour, but this is all shimmer. So we're still placing lighter where it goes, darker where it goes, but just all glowy. Very, very, very J.Lo-y look. I used to study this because I'm crazy like that, and I'm obsessed. The way that she always, people used to say her skin is amazing. What is the secret? I don't understand. It's her skin. I'm like, it is the makeup. The reflection on the nose that J.Lo always does is key because it kind of gives you that look of like, this is my natural skin. I haven't over powdered. So, you know, very J.Lo to run shimmer down the nose. Tip of the nose. Like, she's very all about like, this is my skin, it's reflecting, what do you mean makeup? Are you crazy? I'm not wearing any makeup. But really it's all about the shimmer on the nose. When you want to maintain your shimmer, you want to powder very sparingly, but you have to powder a little bit because you don't want to look straight greasy. So I'm just going to take a fairer powder, it's a 200 Calvin Klein, and a very small brush. We're not going crazy powdering here, but there are just certain places you need to powder so that you don't look like you just ate fried chicken. J.Lo always has lighter brows. Luba doesn't. We're not gonna like try to cheat that too much. I would maybe use the Anastacia pencil in brunette on her. I'm gonna go one lighter, medium ash, but it's really just to sort of enhance her shape. We're not doing a heavy brow fill-in. It's more just about the shape. Okay, so we're gonna line under her eye with a little bit of shimmer. I have a trick for that. I have this really cool product. It's called Lash Card. Taking the darker color, the Makeup Forever color, going on her outer corner just to define. And I'm gonna just take the Naked, which is the bright lid color, and put that on her inner corner. You see in that photo, her inner corners are popped super bright. I'm going to use the CK pencil. They have double-ended pencils. This is Genius and Radical. I think this color is Genius. It's like a white, like literally like a frosty snow white. I'm going to line inside her waterline, so I'm going to have her look up. Just gonna pop her cheek a little bit more with some bronze. I'm gonna do it with a powder, but I have this powder bronze from MAC that I love called Golden Bronze. They always have it. It's one of my favorite things actually for a bronzy summer look. It's like a powder. It's like straight up like shimmer powder heaven. So this is gonna be gorgeous on her cheekbones because you can really lay it where you want it, and not, even though it's powder, you're not disrupting the glow flow at all. It's just like additional bronze, basically. So you could actually stop here if you wanted and do like whatever lip you wanted and it'd be a beautiful summer look. But I'm gonna just do the yellow, just, you know, because we want it to look like that amazing J.Lo moment. And Obsessive Compulsive is this awesome brand. They make this stuff called lip tar. It's like the most heavily pigmented lip gloss meets lipstick, whatever, and they make a bright yellow, which is amazing. And this is Lip Tar Stained Gloss, which actually is pretty long wearing, so if you did want to do the yellow look, it's like not even like you're worrying about it. It will be on. So that's our yellow lip. That's just to sort of make it really sort of drama the way J.Lo had. Obviously, like I said, you could leave out the yellow lip if you want to make it more wearable. I think it's a beautiful summer look otherwise. But what do we think? That's our J.Lo glow with yellow lip from her video with Pitbull.